Adolphus II was murdered on the orders of Count Hrodgaud of Istria in December. This poor kid, 8 years old, only managed to rule for 2 months before he was murdered. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Crusader Kings II Holy Fury. As always, I am your host, J-Square John Jeremy, and last we left off, we've entered once again into the Uighur territories, looking to raid and pillage and plunder. Unfortunately, we sent our army up north when we didn't take a look at the date when this was going to finish, so a bit of a wasted trip there, but we do have 1,500 raiders moving in on the capital here. Our main concern is that this guy here has, while he doesn't have many army levies for himself, he does have 6,000 potential allied troops. So, if they were to all form and come at me, kind of a problem. Hopefully, that problem doesn't occur. We have important decisions. We can call the steps. I don't think we actually can. We can righteously imprison our concubine here for some infidelities. We will wait to see what comes of this pregnancy, though. I'm curious. Let's go and continue our campaign here. Young Nuwat has finished his education in the ways of war. Speaking of education, let me educate you in the ways of making money. Ransoms are the best way to make money, apparently, in this game. Oh, we can raise a Chinese honor guard. That's right, because as of last episode, we are now married to an imperial princess. Li Lian is now our bride, and we can now raise a Chinese honor guard because of it. As you or one of our unlanded dynasty members that are in your court are married to an imperial princess or prince, you can raise their honor guard to fight in your current war. Costs us 1.15, but it's a 2,000-man regiment. 2,000 men. Straight up. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Alright. Also, last episode, we fell in love with someone who was not our wife. Hopefully that does not make her mad at me. No! People keep dying in this guy's dungeon. I don't like it. He has my entire family in his dungeon still. Pretty much. Except for my heir, thankfully enough. And people keep dying. Korajin Ayanga died in the dungeons of the Uyghurs now. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm still really upset that actually happened. Alright, we've arrived at his capital. We can assault that. Take it over. Can I get my people back? Yes! Oh, wait. That's my daughter. I took my daughter back. Oh, and she's worth 110 gold now. Well, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? Can I, break? Nope. Cause you to be a kinslayer. Offer to release Takin from prison in return for her service. Takin will no longer be a concubine of Kagan Tengri Bogu. Yes! We rescued... We rescued our daughter. That's awesome. And we also captured some people here. I like it. But I just like the fact we rescued our daughter. Especially that one. That one's my favorite. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to this guy down here. He's got 2,000 troops somewhere. Not really sure where. Actually, he's... it should be done by the time we get there. That is awesome. I mean, imagine the story that's being told there. Our daughter. And what does he do? What does he do? He makes another one of my daughters his concubine. abducted relative. Oh my god. Oh man. Now I need to rescue her somehow. So once this is done being sacked in 3 years, I can go back and get her, I guess. That is too funny. Okay, there is going to be a battle here apparently. Oh, heck yeah! I'll take that battle any day. How's our society legend going? A son was born. A bastard. And child of a concubine, worthless. Plot to kill. That's funny. Alright. You're lucky, you're strong, and lustful. Why do you not like me? Oh, yeah, I guess. Lunatic gives double penalties for us there. Not so good. Yeldum Kipchaki was sacrificed to the gods. Alright. We've arrived. And it's not allowing us to siege for some reason. Why? There we go. Weird. Range betrothal. Kozol and Takin the Wolf. Decline. But I do need to find you a new husband. And a matrimonial marriage, preferably. Let's try this way. Search all. Men not in prison, not married, in my diplomatic range. My religion. Adult, yes. And he'll join. He's got quick. That's good. Agachu, steward of Otuken. You can marry her. Not matrimonial marriage. I mean, it would cost us 400 prestige. But it means that she'd be married to a genius. I'm okay with that. Yes. Plus, I want to see if this wolf's blood passes down. I'm curious about that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with him. Range of marriage. Done. Alright. Siege that holding. We've got we got some prisoners. Prisoners are good. Now we can go down this way to these guys, or we can go up and around. Where is your army? You guys are fighting in... oh. You guys are fighting in 3 wars. I see. Let's go down and around. Let's go that way. If we see other people, we'll run. But I think it's important that we try and get as many prisoners as possible right now. Again, these guys are fighting each other. Mengu Timur and Bayad. I really need to do something about Bayad. He's getting on my nerves. Poor Mengu Timur. Very good. The Yabguids are here as well. They're fighting the Uyghurs, so they're doing some things. Things are happening. I don't want to loot the Western Protectorate. Oh, my former concubine Temelin died in the dungeons of Tengri Bogu. News from China. The people of the Karlukid Khaganate probably never knew why the honored emperor chose to attack Khagan Pulad. Regardless, they have suffered a crushing defeat, and Han armies are journeying home to celebrate, as their victory has finally been declared. The dragon is not to be toyed with. So, the Karlukids now are going to be under the control of the Western Protectorate. Hey, my daughter's been released, but has been publicly humiliated in the process. So I've got 3 of my children still in his dungeons. And then, of course, the 1 concubine. Yep, like that army. That army right there, that's a problem army. We don't want to deal with that army right away. Stop. You guys come down and help out here as fast as you can. I think we can take him because it's just going to be the 2100 troops. I must send Yisui something to assure her of my ardent feelings. I have understood that a lady such as she appreciates having poems dedicated to them. However, a fine fur never disappointed anyone either. My feelings must be known. I will write a poem. 69% chance of gaining the trait of poet. 31% chance of gaining the trait stressed. A thoughtful present should prove my affections. No, this has gone too far. I will not send anything. I mean, I really find this funny. I truly do. I just got rid of stress not too long ago. Let's see what happens. What is a Mongol poet? I labored throughout the evening and well into the night. However, it did pay off. The poem became even better than I could have hoped for. If anyone read this, they would surely know whom it describes, even though I never mentioned Yasui's name. I pray she will sense my ardent feelings through this verse. Gain the trait of poet. Nice! We're a poet! The poet drunkard of Otuken. Has a nice ring to it, right? The Orthodox faith triumphant. The adherents of the iconoclast faith have steadily dwindled to the point where Orthodox believers are now in the majority. This new state of affairs has reduced the iconoclast faith to a de facto heresy. All former iconoclast holy orders are now Orthodox. Really? How'd they manage to turn it around? Because the Byzantines have quite a revolt on their hands. Oh, the emperor here converted to Orthodoxy. He was iconoclast, I want to say. For sure. Interesting. Not really sure how they managed to turn that around. Oh no. Okay, now it's both. That's a problem. Urshen finished her education in the ways of war. Dear Khagan Church Day, I never thought I would feel this shame of asking a friend for some monetary help, but this war is threatening to run my coffers dry. I implore you, as a friend to a friend, for a small monetary gift, so that I may win this war. With deepest thanks in beforehand, your friend Khagan Bonyak. What war is this? The war against the Uyghurs? Well, Kunt Uvi Knuckle Slammer. That's funny. We can pay 3.5 gold. If this war is going so badly, I better join him. My hands are tied. There's nothing else. Hold on. Which war is he talking about? If he's talking about the Uyghur War, that means we basically... it would help us, though, because we can't declare a war ourselves. Join them. It is against the Uyghurs. Okay, so if it's against the Uyghurs, we can actually recapture these holdings and potentially capture more prisoners or release my family. Those are both options there. Now, I want you guys to... I guess there's no difference between looting and not looting, so continue to loot. Those guys won't get there until September 10th. So we'll have our raiders be able to join this fight against these forces here. 61% positive war score. Why? Because we hold his heir and another person prisoner. And okay, so we're gonna have this battle here. Recently, I've been informed of the pitiful state of my daughter, Takin. The cause of her aches and fatigue is a case of the flu. Oh no! The flu, -2 health. Call for my court physician. Heal. Alright. We're in battle. His center is almost immediately assaulted. I love that. Absolutely love that. His center is down. His flank. The other flank. Good news, everyone. We won. This campaign has been easy picking. Swinging my sword through the desert is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our Uyghur enemies and the cries of battle. Look! Enemy commander Adok is hiding, someone suddenly shouts, pointing off in the distance. There you are. I've been itching for a fight. Adok here, 15 personal combat skill. I am swinging my weapon wildly when suddenly Adok shrieks in pain. Dropping my masterful short sword, I am stuck staring at the mess I have made. It seems I have managed to make his eyes bleed, possibly blinding him. The blood is so red. Win the duel, he gains the trait severely injured. Or, win the duel, and he dies. Nice. Adok is dead. Excellent. My dearest Lord Jurchide, I was deeply moved by your most beautiful verse. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have proven to be a most noble soul. I dearly hope you will continue to bless me with your correspondence. Your faithful friend, Isui. I will keep writing them for you, my kind-hearted beauty. I mean, she only really has 9 opinion of me, so. They brought in more troops. Our troops don't even need to move in. We're fine. Very good. And we captured Senram. Senram here, a master schemer. Ransom? No? Tengri. Alright, so now 76% war score. Let's now go ahead and we're going to stop looting because we need to capture some things. Let's go ahead and move our forces back this way now. Job requires an education. Again, Marshal for now. We'll take a look at that once we defeat the Uyghurs, like permanently. I feel like we can start to move toward other options for education. I've encountered Warrior Savenik many times while carrying out my duties with Eagle Warriors, and it is always a pleasant occasion. We can talk for hours if the time allows, because he never bores me. While our discussions are often lengthy, we always seem to agree on the matters which are most important. I think this is friendship. Okay. guys move over there as well. So we're going to help Bonyak here win his war against the Uyghurs. Hail, hero. It has come to our attention that your daughter Torjin remains outside of our fold. May we humbly urge you to talk to her about becoming a member of the Eagle Warriors like her father. Sure. Torjin, my daughter, why don't you... can't recruit to a warrior lodge because we're busy. We can appoint her as shield maiden. That's pretty funny. I forgot we sent one away. New ruler of Lombardy, Adelchis II now. No new buildings to build? Negative. All this gold and nothing to spend it on right now. Oh, there's a Karlukid revolt. Attacking Kagan Pulad and installing Juku Untrig as the Khan. Alright, assault that holding. Thank you. Managed to grab a prisoner. And we'll get 10 gold for that prisoner. I will take that. Now to move up north. Now we're basically chasing this main army here, so we will probably fight them again. %, war score? Oh man. Poor Borjadai. Young Chotan has finished her education in the ways of war. It is evident that she excelled in her studies. Chotan has developed into an ambitious woman. Ambitious, proud. Ambitious is fine, sure. You find you a... Oh. Interesting. Will, what's your skill tactician? Dull, humble, stubborn, and ambitious. We can marry her to the ruler of Tibet. Well, eventually. That'd be interesting. I will arrange this patrol, though. I like this idea. That way we can keep our southern border protected while we focus our efforts in the west. Excellent! He accepts the betrothal. It'll be 8 years before they're actually married, but, I mean, we'll take it. What? King Adelchis I of Lombardy has inherited Kingdom of Lombardy and other titles from King Adelchis. What? What just happened? How do we... What? How do we go from Adelchis I to Adelchis II, then back to Adelchis I? That doesn't make sense! What? You can't revert back! That... The naming scheme doesn't work that way! What happened? Adelchis II was murdered on the orders of Count Hrodgaard of Istria in December. This poor kid, 8 years old, only managed to rule for 2 months before he was murdered. And now, there's, again, another King Adelchis I. Wait, what? Oh! Oh, I'm stupid. How did... What? Did you come back from... Oh. Oh, now I understand. I got it. I got it. Adelchis here lost the excommunication war. Aragon pushed him out. Adelchis II, but it says inherited. It shouldn't... I don't think it should be inherited then. Adelchis II then took over, but because he was a kid, and his father was still alive, Adelchis I still had a claim to the throne, and the strongest claim to the throne. He was the heir still. Now, if Adelchis II had lived long enough to have a son of his own, then his son would have taken over. But since he didn't, Adelchis I regains his throne, which, I mean, cool and all, but now he's got to deal with another possible excommunication war. And also this war for King Malfrey's claim on Lombardy, apparently. So there you go. West Francia also has a revolt war for Pepin's claim on Middle Francia. So Malfrey here, the king of West Francia, is trying to grab Lombardy as well. This guy is the king of West Francia, Middle Francia, Aquitaine, and Burgundy. Oh! Germany was formed. King Raudbert the Just, king of Germany. Well, there you go. Now, will there be a Holy Roman Empire to be formed somewhere here? Don't know. Don't know. But I like the story being told there. That's for sure. Yeah, I figured as much. How are you wounded in my dungeon? $385 gold. Nope. Nope. Resist the foul impulses. Alright. Salt that. Hey! We recaptured our daughter. As you are an accomplished poet, and Gerbisu is your prisoner, you may punish her by declaiming terrible poems to her. Read me bad poetry. That's funny. No, we will rescue her as well. You'll be released. We need to find you a husband now. Let's see here. I mean, the obvious choice is marrying her to Bayard. Can't do a matrilineal marriage, so we'll do a standard one. I'm okay with that. Alright, come on over here. 83% positive war score now. Oh! Those guys are just gonna sit there and take that over, aren't they? Yep, they sure are. Alright, we're going to split our forces then. One goes north, one goes south. Hopefully this works for us. Oh, never mind. That one's locked in. Alright, so we're going to... What are we going to do here? We're going to follow this army then. And then we're going to come down. Good. We're going to come down and we're going to beat back that Uzur army. Good. Well, we didn't have to pay for any of our kids. Uh-oh. News from China. Rumors of the military might of the Tang Empire is proving to be a forceful diplomatic tool in itself. After what seems like brief negotiations, Shah Jabril the Blind has peacefully agreed to become a tributary state of the Middle Kingdom. Their couriers whisper that they can only hope that the relationship between the Shah and the illustrious Emperor be a fruitful one. So be it. Shah of Sogdiana, which is where? Huh. That's a thing. So now the Western Protectorate has a border with the Abbasids for the first time. That is interesting. That is very interesting. I wonder if they'll come to blows. I wonder if the Western Protectorate and Tibet will come to blows. I don't want them to come to blows to me, though. That's for sure. Will they? Find out next time. Hey everyone, would you like to hear some poetry from Dirge Day? Let me know in the comments. Enjoyed the video? Like it. Want more of this content? Subscribe and click that bell icon. And lastly, consider joining the channel as a member for an exclusive badge, emotes, and other perks. Until next time. This is J Square John Jeremy signing off, saying so long, and take care.